on down the stretch for the win. What did you like about the way you finished that one out?
Yeah, we did. We held on. We held on. They came on pretty good, at the end, and I was very happy with us keeping our composure. The last probably 5-6 minutes, I thought Scoot was really good and just kind of slowing down, getting the ball to Da, where it should have been. Obviously, Jabari was a man amongst boys out there tonight, getting his career high and 23 rebounds and, hitting the 2 big free throws, And then Da was just Da, He's just a dominant force down there. And once we were able to get him the ball, because I thought they did a good job, the Hornets, of taking away the pocket, So we had to kind of get creative and how to get him the basketball, and we did. And Scoop made the right reads, but, so many guys played well.
In our walk-off interview, I was talking to Scoot about him being active and aggressive early offensively, but he quickly asked, what did I get in assists? He was more proud of him in that department. What does that say about him?
That's who he is. That's who he is. I mean, he just cares about making everybody better. He always wants to make the team better. He knows that he does need to be aggressive in our pick-and-roll coverages, because when the point guard is aggressive and playing well, it just changes how you have to play, and then it opens everything else up. So he's right. He needed to be aggressive early. I thought he just played a really good floor game. For the most part, defensively, he was physical. He did what he had to do. He didn't get in foul trouble, which takes anybody off of their rhythm, naturally. So, yeah, I was happy. I was very happy for him.
Scooter talked after the game in Orlando. He was talking about that last play. He was like, I drove, and I probably should have just kind of got to my spot, raised up, and took a jumper.
Mm-hmm.
And he did that tonight in the fourth quarter. He got to the elbow, and basically instead of driving, rose up and hit it, which I thought kind of showed some growth in his game already, taking something that he felt like he didn't do right the night before and then applying it to the next night.
Well, Scooter's a very quick learner, and the best lessons you have to go through on your own. Obviously I could tell him that all year. I could tell him, or his teammates or anybody can tell him. But until he actually goes through it, and sometimes you got to bump your head to learn, So he would have loved to get a do-over in that Orlando game at the end, and he probably would have made a totally different decision. Well, here you go. You got to do over tonight, and he learned from his mistake, and that's just a great sign, man. That's just awesome. But it's also good for us to be able to allow him those opportunities, to learn. And some of them are tough, after Orlando game, and we could have got away and won. And then some of them you can get away with, like tonight.
Jabari, too. I mean, you always talk about how competitive he is, and I feel like a lot of rebounding is about being competitive and wanting to get it from the other guy. It seemed like tonight, like he just that one-hand rebound he had late in the game where he was by the baseline too, like you could just tell like he wasn't going to let anyone else get those rebounds.
Yeah, Barry was incredible. He was incredible. I thought, he really struggled, obviously, from the field. I think he was 1 for 10 at the half, but that's such a small part of Jabari's game. We depend on him for his defense. He's doing a really good job of guarding. I thought he had some incredible one-on-one defensive stops against Brandon Miller, and then just his rebounds. He has a knack for that ball, but like you said, rebounding is most of the time is about toughness. And you got to get in there and you got to go probably 4 times the amount of the times that you actually come up with the ball. It's a lot of empty trips when you go in there, but he's so competitive and he's so tough, and we needed every single one of them.
You guys forced multiple shot clock violations on Charlotte. I mean, I bet you love that.
Mm-hmm. I do. I mean, we play defense from the time that possession changes, and we pick up 4 a lot of times, and sometimes those become very long possessions. And man, we just lock in on it, and we when we're talking, when we're running around, we're moving around, we're helping each other. We don't miss a lot of helps. We make it very difficult, for teams to score sometimes, and I'm definitely proud of that.
The guys out there on the floor, you can see that they're just so exhilarated. They're so excited. The energy was so high. How good does it feel just to come out with a win and for these guys too?
I mean, it's awesome, especially coming off of a game that we felt we could have and should have won against a really good team in Orlando. So just want to come out and validate what we felt, and I thought we did that, for the most part. And I'm just so happy for all of our guys. You know, they played their butts off. We had a really good shoot around this morning, a lot of energy in there, and I thought it was good.